As you know, folks, every week we do a segment we call the Tough Guy. Here we don't apologize for masculinity or testosterone or the ability to survive an apocalypse. In fact, being able to survive said apocalypse is in fact the litmus test of who we pick to feature in this next segment. My next guest, taking a break from roundhouse kicking people in the face and forging blades he would yield potentially in battle, is here to offer his advice in the worst case scenario, even worse than Kamala Harris taking the presidency, actually. Martial arts strength coach and personal safety consultant, top pick for my apocalyptic team, Phil Ross. Phil, thanks for coming in.
Pleasure to be here with the team.
All right, so we know, look, society has become so content in our safety and security that we often ignore the very real threats that pass by us. Every single day we're walking around on our phones. We don't think about going out, and this, especially in places like New York City where there's a huge increased threat. People always think, it'll never happen to me. What's the problem with this?
Well, it'll never happen to you until it happens to you, right? And everything's good until it goes bad. So, you know, the thing is that what we have to do is be prepared. And how are you going to be prepared? Strength training, martial arts training, know how to use a weapon properly, be aware and be alert.
Yeah.
You know, I would say the most important part of that was be aware of your surroundings. I laugh. I walk through the city. Right.
All day.
I walk through Manhattan. You know, I work in the city. Yeah. And people are oblivious. They almost get hit by cabs. I've seen people they run into poles, and the pole is stationary. You know, I often say when I see someone walking down with their, I say, "Hey, there's a hole," and they jump and they don't know what's going on. But yeah, be aware of your surroundings.
You know, we are possessed with these little devices, and people are so distracted they don't pay attention to anything that's going on in their surroundings. So you know what? Put the phone down. Look around your area. Know what's happening. Yeah. Listen for
Be aware.
sounds.
Know what's going on.
Be aware. Hey, look, you know what? You can avoid most situations by just being aware and not being there.
Yep, absolutely. You know, Phil, you're going to be one of 2 master trainers on the next episode of Warrior Island to be filmed in August of 23.
Yes.
How do you prepare to train for something like that?
Well, of course, I'm always going to be doing my striking training. I'll be doing my kettlebell training, my free weight, my body weight training, you know, because a conditioned athlete is prepared. Not only does it prepare you physically, but also prepares you mentally.
Right. Well, and that's the thing too, is many people have just settled for, you know, I'm going to go through life day to day. I don't need to be the best, and like, you know,
mediocrity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that bottom rung of it, they're leaping for it. You know, the problem is you got to train every day. Mike, you know this as a former Marine as well, is that you got to train every day like someone somewhere is training to kill you.
Absolutely. Listen, and the people make excuses. Excuses are like armpits. Everyone has them, and they all stink. You know, get over it. Get down to it, and you got to be consistent. Look, I'm 60 years old. I get up every morning, much to the chagrin of my wife, and I do my morning routine. Okay, at dark 30, I put you guys on, and I'm there doing my routine in the morning. That's before I do anything.
Yeah.
You have to be consistent, and you have to find your drivers. Motivation.
You know what I noticed too? A lot of people, they always say, "I'm going to start," and it's Monday, Wednesday,
January
after the
1st.
Holiday, January 1st. When you're procrastinating like that, listen, just get out there and do it. Am I right, Carl? It's
100%.
Today, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it right now, today.
Right.
And that, I think you can speak to that.
Oh, boom. That's exactly what you do. You know what? Like the whole New Year's resolution thing is garbage.
Yeah.
Okay? Why should any day be different than any other day? You know what? Get up today and do it. This day has 24 hours, just like the next one will. It's what you do in those 24 hours that counts.
Take it to the max. Real quick, before we ask everybody this question, what does it mean to be tough to you?
Resiliency. It's actually starts more in your mind than anywhere else. Like, I'm also a mindset coach, okay? And it starts up here. You know, you're in the teams, you're a Marine, you're a wrestler, you get it. It's up here. 90% of it is in your attitude and in your mind. So you have to train your mind. And then when you train your mind, you train your body. They work together. Remember the Greeks, sound mind, a sound body? Oh.
Yeah. And the other 10% is actually in breaking stuff as we're playing videos of you.
Yeah, that's just fun.
Yeah.
That's just fun.
Phil Ross, real pleasure to have you today.
Pleasure.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you,
All right, folks, much more to cover on this Sunday morning. Don't go anywhere. Back in a flash.